What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, man? It's King Carlos here, back with another video, man. Hope y'all good out there. Chilling and shit. Recently, news came out that 6ix9ine was sentenced to 3 months in prison, starting in January. So 90 days in prison. He'll be out. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing. And I said this. I said this a minute ago, man. I said this like the first time I spoke about. Well, not the first time, obviously, but I think this is like one of the videos. I think I made a video out here about 6ix9ine. It might have been. I might be thinking about my TikTok. Forgive me if I'm thinking about my TikTok, but I believe I made a video out here about 6ix9ine, and I said it's not the industry fans and even the people on the internet really that 6ix9ine wants approval of. It's the streets, right? And the reason I say shit like that is the internet and those people already fuck with him and support him. But you still see him campaigning about him not being a snitch, what, like 4 or 5 years later, because the streets don't fuck with that shit and they never will. But there was a time where the streets was actually fucking with that nigga, and he remembers that. And that's the power he wants again. That's really what it was, bro. He enjoyed that power of being able to, and that's why a lot of niggas don't feel bad about feel bad if, you know, even if Shotty did that with his baby mom, what Shotty said he didn't do, or even feel bad about calling him a rat, because all the shit that he participated in, bro. You know, he participated in a lot of like messed up stuff, and he remembers that power. I don't care what people say. He remembers that fucking power, bro, and he misses it. He does. I'm not saying he doesn't enjoy the position he got now, collabing with all the streamers and stuff like that, but there was a time where 6ix9ine was actually considered, like, I'm not gonna say, like, street niggas was listening to the nigga music. If they weren't listening to the nigga music, they were watching his YouTube videos, they were watching his Instagram lives, right? Niggas was showing love, niggas was showing, putting 100 emojis and saying that's street and that's real, and he's speaking some real niggas. He remembers that, bro. He could say it don't matter to him and all that shit. Even this bullshit ass racist jive he trying to push and shit. Man, nigga, boy, the only people like I said, the only motherfuckers who respect matters to him is black people. That's the craziest part about the shit. He want the streets, niggas in the streets to fuck with him. I tell people, even just Hispanics fucking with him ain't enough, bro. That nigga wants the streets to fuck with him again. And they don't. They don't, bro. You read it. It is what it is, my nigga. It's bigger niggas than, it's niggas with way bigger impacts to you that then Reddit that niggas just don't fuck with. And by the way, I'm not a street nigga. I'm an ordinary guy. I got a job, bro. I'm not saying this as a street nigga. I'm speaking as a black man, right? But also I have common sense, right? I got family and shit like that in the streets. I know what the streets is like, and I know when the streets is fucking with somebody and when they ain't. I've been doing this shit for a minute, bro. And I can tell you right now, people on the internet, people on the podcast side, people in the streaming side, we've seen it, right? Fuck with him, right? Like I say, bloggers and stuff like that. That nigga missed when street niggas was fucking with him, and that's what he want back. And he's not going to ever probably stop campaigning about that shit. This is why you see him trying to, move the goalposts when it comes to what niggas, it's already been established what snitching is, right? The only people you see trying to go back and forth and on the goalposts is people who are not in the streets, who are confused, but you're not in the streets, so it don't even matter. But nigga, if you, like, I'm not finna get into even all that on here. Like I say, bro, 6ix9ine wants the respect of the streets back, and that's just real. He got sentenced to 3 months in prison. He'll do the 3 months, he'll get out. He'll still be bigger, you know what I'm saying? He'll probably be much bigger. But like I say, it's not about that. Until the streets fuck with that nigga again, he ain't gonna be satisfied.